Visit Jacob Taylor now, just trying to apply a bit of pressure, and looks like he will do.
162.
Pressure applied.
Adam, you require 60.
2 darts at tots for the match. Double 10.
Game
Is found,
shot,
and that's a really good start to the week for Adam Hunt. An average in excess of 90, 50% on the doubles as he beats the former Champions Week finalist Jacob Taylor by 4 legs to 1. It was a pedestrian start for the Canadian, but there's sure to be more to follow. As for Adam Hunt, he hopes to stay at that base for the rest of the week. Coming up after the break, we go from one side of North America to another, from Canada to the United States, and to Danny Lauby, who's in action against the Swiss #1, Stefan Bellmont. Well, Danny Lauby misses the dart at tots for the 110. What can Bellmont make of the 111? This for the break in the opening leg of the match. And he's got a dart at double 16 to do exactly that. And Stefan Bellmont, in the space of 15 darts, gets the break of foam in the opening leg. Tops. No, goes treble 16 to leave the requisite double. 65. And he will try and leave 32 at every single turn, it seems.
Yeah, I think from that position, Stefan has
16.
and still has time on his side. So double 8.
Game shot on the second lay. Stefan Bellmont.
He managed to channel a path through those first 2 darts, but 2-0 to the good.
Danny, you required 28.
More match darts. More misses. More
21.
misses. Danny Lauby was streets in front in this match. His opponent was on 281 when he first had a shot out. And now Stefan Bellmont has double 16 to win the game
and the match
from the grasp of Danny Lauby. He has snatched victory from the jaws of defeat as the Swiss. He gets the better of Danny Lauby in a seesaw game by 4 legs to 3. An impressive game. The average just dovetailed at the end because of the missed doubles for the match. It was around about the 95 region for the most part for both players. But Bellmont, a 4-3 victor against Danny Lauby in our second game of the day. Coming up after the break, it's a debut for the Swiss, Marcel Welpen. And he takes on a man who's been here on many an occasion, a former finalist in Culleton.
Couldn't take it out on that time of asking. So outside chance here for Culleton. 1-2-6. We'll be looking at 9 teams. There. Leaves in the ball.
Game shot on the fourth
lay. That is a superb response there from
Culleton.
1-2-6, and we're back at a level game at 2 apiece.
So double 12. Now 6s. And Welpen wins his first game of the Super Series as he gets the better of Culleton by 4 legs to 2. It'll feel like a game that Culleton felt that there should have been more in the tank for. For Marcel Welpen, it was a slow start, but got better as the game went on. An average just under 90 in the end. 4 out of 10 when it came to the finishing. And so the 2 Swiss players are the 2 victors so far today. And the 2 players from North America are the 2 of the 3 losers today. And we're going to see one of them back in action after the break. Danny Lauby returns to the stage against our other victor of the day so far, Adam Hunt, after this short break.
Danny, you require 56.
Well, we've been here before. Lauby missed match darts against Stefan Bellmont, but he's not going to let the opportunity pass him by against Adam Hunt as he runs off a 4-2 victor. Danny Lauby's on the board, and there's a little bit of a nod on the head from the American. An average of 97.01. It was at point straggling above the ton mark. 4 out of 6 on the finishing, a much improved display from what we saw in his first game. As for Adam Hunt, well, the average was actually just a couple of points better than the first game against Jacob Taylor. The finishing was as well, but it was on the wrong side of the score. Next up, it's Culleton against Jacob Taylor.
To take the lead for the first time in the match. Goes double, needs tops.
Game shot on the fifth lay.
That is a superb finish there from Culleton. Just matches the Culleton score. Henry said just cannot split either of them.
Single. Tops. to climb the ladder towards victory for Niall Culleton as he gets the better of Jacob Taylor by 4 legs to 3. The truth is 2 defeats from 2. Culleton is on the board with a 4-3 success against Jacob Taylor. 80% on the finishing, a 120 high checkout. A really good performance that from Cully as he gets the better of Taylor by 4 legs to 3. Coming up next, it's an all-Swiss clash. It's Bellmont against Welpen, and that's coming up after this.
Stefan, you require 104.
Take 2 on this particular finish. Maybe it's going to harbour better success this time, because it's a dart at tots of Bellmont.
Game
he
shot
finds
the
the 104.
I think he's just realised. Leaves him. It's a spotted double 17.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
May have been a miscount, but it worked out all right in the end. And it's the 8 for the match.
And it's going to get 2 for the match at double 4. And doesn't pass the opportunity by because double 4 puts Marcel Welpen onto 4 points. He's the only player to have won each of his opening 2 matches, and he condemns his compatriot Stefan Bellmont to defeat. A 4-2 win for Marcel Welpen, an average of just over 83.5. He was ruthless when it came to the finishing, 50% all told. Stefan Bellmont had that 104 finish, but he couldn't find or muster much more than that. Welpen a 4-2 victor in our final game of the second round. Coming up after the break, Adam Hunt, Niall Culleton.
Adam, you require 110.
And still do it. And
Game
does.
shot on the 4th leg.
That could
Adam
be
Hunt.
a really important 110 finish there from Adam Hunt on the ball.
Pick up a second victory
10.
from 3.
Game shot.
And he's playing some good darts today. And Adam Hunt is hunting a place into Saturday night's final. And he's made a very good start of it. 2 wins and 3 really good performances. In fact, that's his lowest average of the day so far, 85.23. And that might be mainly because he missed 10 darts at double. 6 140s in there, shows you the scoring power is there in abundances. And a 110 checkout says that finishing prowess is there as well. For Niall Culleton, there's a bit of work to do for him. Coming up after the break is Danny Lauby against Marcel Welpen.
Danny require 164.
A big ask here for Dan. But needs the ball for a 164 and finds the ball.
Leg.
And that is what a way to hold your throw. 164 there for Dan Lauby. The match.
Danny, you require 10.
2 5s. It's next door to his favourite double 12, and he finds the double 5 of aplomb. And Danny Lauby picks up his second win, getting the better of Marcel Welpen by 4 legs to 1. Just a little bit of a thumbs up to the camera, and little acknowledgement to the performance that he's put in. He's played 3 games so far, Danny Lauby, in this Group A, and he's averaged in excess of 90 in each and every single one of them. This time a 94.32, a 164 checkout. He missed the bullseye for the big fish as well to win the match. He gets the better of Marcel Welpen by 4 legs to 1. Breaker throw and a 3-1 lead. The ball.
Game shot on the 4th leg.
Pinned for 3-1, and Taylor gets the break in the space of 15 darts. Pick up what would be his first victory of the day. Treble 18, he's double 8. And the truth is on the board. The former finalist, Jacob Taylor, picks up his first win upon his Super Series return. He gets the better of Stefan Bellmont by 4 legs to 1. And the Canadian, well, sportingly saying, after you, sir, as Stefan Bellmont departs the stage first. An 88.04 average and 50% on the doubles. Jacob Taylor is on the board. Coming up after the break, it's a battle of the Republic of Ireland and the United States, as Niall Culleton takes on Danny Lauby.
Now you require 167.
167. Lauby didn't decide to attack the 161 in the last leg with his opponent not on a finish. What does Culleton do with the 167? He pins it!
Niall Culleton.
The biggest checkout of the day. Niall Culleton of a 167 to make it 2-1.
4th leg, it's Danny to throw first. Game on.
Has to move across. It's so close to the wire. It's just obscuring his view somewhat. He thinks that's the spot.
Game,
and he
shot,
knows that's the winning double.
No,
because the celebration is a big one as he gets the better of Danny Lauby by 4-2. Culleton condemning Lauby to defeat. And a thumbs up from Niall as well. An 86.91 average and a 167 outshot, which he didn't even have to go for in the end. Culleton, a 4-2 victor against Danny Lauby in our 10th game of the day. Coming up after the break, Stefan Bellmont up against Adam Hunt.
Adam, you require 149.
Treble 19. Double 16.
Game shot on the second leg.
Absolutely
Adam
amazing
Hunt.
there from Adam Hunt. A 149.
Stefan, you require
Double
20.
10 for Stefan. Up for double 5. Well, he has good options here. If he doesn't want to go for it, he doesn't have to. He can split 2 double 4, and that's exactly what he does. With Hunt not on a finish, Bellmont takes out the double 4 to win by 4-2. Stefan Bellmont then moves himself on to 4 points. It means 5 of the field have won 2 matches from 4 thus far. Stefan Bellmont a 4-2 victor against Adam Hunt. That's the tail of the tape from that one. And if Jacob Taylor in our next game gets the better of Marcel Welpen, every single player after 4 rounds of fixtures will be on 4 points. Join us after this.
Yep. Needs double 12. That is perfection there from Jacob Taylor. 1-4-1 finish. Was the match once again with 2 apiece.
1 double 1. The Madhouse to put everybody level in a mad group.
No score.
Who wants it?
So you require 18. Game,
but 8
shot,
is great in the match darts department for Marcel Welpen as he gets the better of Jacob Taylor by 4-3. A rueful look on the face of the Canadian who knows he should have got the game won. Both players have multitudes of opportunities to win that match, but it was Welpen who stood firm. He moves to the top of the table on 6 points, courtesy of a 4-3 victory against Jacob Taylor. And so the final round of fixtures is a come-off here in Group A. And coming up after the break to kickstart it, it is Stefan Bellmont against Niall Culleton. Tops. Can he just nudge it underneath? Yes, is the answer. Culleton with what is his 4th ton topper and a ton on the nose to lead 3-1 and to give Stefan Bellmont just a bit of a nudge on the nose as well. Treble 18. Just the other side of the wire, and so Bellmont is going to get a reprieve on 96.
$93.
Well,
Stefan, you require 96.
Is to save the match. 96 required.
$56. No, you require 68.
For Niall Culleton to move on to 6 points and to make it 3 wins on 5 to end his day. It's tops for Cully to win in a hurry and get the better of Stefan Bellmont by 4-1. He made a real kick towards the line, did the Irishman, and he knows 6 points represents a very good basis in which to build in the week. Culleton gets the better of Bellmont by 4-1, an average 10 points in excess. Both players with 7 opportunities at a double. Culleton just more potent. He gets the better of Bellmont by 4-1. 2 more matches to go, and it's a match of all North American flavour after the break as Jacob Taylor takes on Danny Lauby.
But this is for the match. Double 16.
72. Danny, you require 48.
Danny got tops. Double 10.
Game shot.
And this time it does go
Danny Lauby
3-2, and that was a breaker throw for Danny Lauby. How important would that last start prove to be? Danny back here in the treble.
when he needed a big glass leg more than any other time. Lauby has gone 140, 140 max, and he could win this with an 11 dart leg. He was 3-1 down.
41.
He looked like he was out for the count. But Tots Lauby
21.
Doesn't go.
Jacob, you require 80.
Yeah, more woe on the tops for Danny Lauby. A single 20. Leaves tops.
40.
Both players have missed
20.
a match dart at tops. Lauby back to double 5, but this time he strays wide.
Jacob,
a look of desperation
40.
on the face of the American. And Taylor can step in and eventually get over the line. He was 3-1 up, but eventually crawled towards the finishing post.
Again, just keeps him in contention.
90.
This is not a given. Yeah. And opts to go 54, which would have left him 36, but now looking for 78. Double 12.
Game
And
shot.
that is exceptional finishing once again from Marcel Welpen.
First on a finish, Adam Hunt was straggling just outside the 300s.
4.
But now he's wasted opportunities.
Marcel, you require 2.
And that might well be that. Is that it? The sense of tension for Marcel Welpen is palpable.
Game
but
shot.
Welpen waltzes to the top of the table overnight. Marcel Welpen drags himself over the line in the end against Adam Hunt. A victor by 4 legs to 2. His 4th win of the day. A shake of the head because he knew that he should have gone over the line much quicker than that. But over the line he is. 117 on the doubles, but the scoring power means the average is 89.5 in the end. For Adam Hunt, well, he won 2 of his first 3 of the day, but then it really dovetailed towards the finishing line. And so Marcel Welpen is victor in the final game of the day. He gets the better of Adam Hunt by 4 legs to 2.
He does indeed. Double 1. It's the only way to win darts matches these days, isn't it? We saw Luke Humphries do that to win the Players' Championship finals last night. But how nervy is it when you're going for that target?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not the best one to speak if you've ever seen that leg against me and Corinne Hammond.
That's not why I brought it up.
Of course not, of course not. No, it's difficult because there's nowhere else to go, is there? You know, it's that kind of end of the line. You've got to get it or not, and you can get quite embroiled in just the idea of double 1 and not the fact that it's just another double the same size as any other. So, yeah, it can be a bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, but it was the one that got Marcel Welpen across the line there and ended a really good day for him. If we take a look at the results, we will see that his name has turned gold 4 times on debut as well. Really strong stuff, but you can see from all the results there, people beating each other by big scorelines, some close matches where both players have mismatched darts. Have we learnt that much today?
No, I've learnt that I probably can't pick still from that field as to who's actually going to go ahead and kind of top the group. They've all shown moments of brilliance, some fantastic finishes, some really quick legs, but then we can see the flip side of that where they can just be overwhelmed by another player. So yeah, I don't know if you've learned anything, but I'm still confused.
Well, let's talk about a few of them. Danny Lauby first. He was your tip in the middle of the day, and he's shown signs of that explosive best, but then the other side as well today, I guess.
Yeah, and we did kind of talk about it earlier that he is one of those players that can do checkouts like the 164, but then can kind of go to sleep within matches as well. And we saw that again towards the tail end of today. So yeah, maybe it's whoever I pick. Maybe I've just had, put a bit of a hex on them. But I still think, coming tomorrow, Danny's still one of the strong front runners.
Niall Culleton, a man who's been here in every single series so far. He's had good times, he's had bad times. Right in the middle today, but with the odd moment of brilliance like this.
Yeah, again, and that's what we were saying. There's just been sparks of what these players can actually achieve. And I think there's still an opening here for someone, if they can just raise that level and keep it consistent. There is a possibility that someone could run away with it, but just need those few extra points on the average and a bit more accuracy on the outer ring.
Not just the level that was raised, but the eyebrows as well from Niall Culleton. Nice little reaction.
Yeah, a cheeky little smile to the camera. These players know where the camera is now, but it's good to see. You obviously enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it's been a day of big finishes as well. Jacob Taylor got in on the act. What have you made of his opening day, having come in with a fanfare of being the favourite?
Yeah, obviously, I think it's quite hard sometimes when you come in. We've all got that level of expectation, obviously, with his runners-up in Champions Week to Luke Littler, so we know what he can do and how he can play. And he's just probably had just a real mixed bag, quite a slow start. out, but you can't take too much stock in it, and he'll probably be happy enough to come away with a couple of wins under his belt, 4 points, and really still in contention for the top of the table.
But the player that is top of the table is the one that was probably most people's outsider in Marcel Welpen. We did see him at the World Cup of Darts earlier this year, actually with Stefan Bellmont. But has he surprised you?
Yeah, I have to say, quite honestly, yes, because he's just been very consistent, very calm, very composed. Looks like someone who's played on this stage several times before, and he's really grinded out results, and I've been quite impressed. And he's 4 wins. That's no easy going.
And he also played Adam Hunt in that last game of the day as well. I mean, you say calm, composed. That double one actually kind of typified that, although he had sort of diced with danger earlier on. Look, how happy will Marcel be, and how disappointed will Adam be to have lost this game?
Yeah, Adam, especially, he got himself back into contention. He was in touching point, and then he had chances. And I think that's normally what the most disappointing thing for a player is when you get those opportunities and then you don't take them. That's what's disappointing. But for Marcel, I think if you told him he was going to get 4 wins out of 5 coming into this tournament, I'm pretty sure any player would be happy with that. So, yeah, no, fair play to him.
Yeah, and really significant for the table, that match as well. Marcel, as you said, getting those 8 points. But had Adam Hunt won it, we would have had him on 6 points with Marcel and Niall Culleton. So there would have been a real sort of tight thing, 2 points between all of them. Instead, we do have an outright leader. That could be a crucial result. That double one could be pivotal come the end of Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, who knows, because it is still so tight, and it's one of those tables where you feel maybe even leg difference starts to come into play by the time we get to Wednesday. But yeah, that could be crucial. That could be the one it could be the double one that gets him over the line, not just for that match but for the whole thing.
And what's interesting really for me is that the 4 players that are on 4 points would probably be the 4 that, if you were to ask a few people who might win this group, would be the ones you'd pick. So they've got to do the catching up now.
Yeah, they're on the back foot, but this is just day one. We've got 2 more days. We've got another 30 matches to get through. So tomorrow's moving day, and I expect that table to do a bit of moving. But if Marcel can do the same thing and just take those opportunities, then there's no reason why he can't stay at the top. I'd be surprised, but that's just because I think the other players have just got that level of, that bit more experience, not just up here, but on big stages, and should possibly just up their level tomorrow.
Well, all will be revealed tomorrow, as Laura says. The action does resume 9:30 a.m. It is exclusively on the Modus Super Series YouTube channel then, so do make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of the action on what should be a day that has quite a lot of movement. But today, well, the debutant, Marcel Welpen, well, he is the overnight league leader. We'll see you tomorrow.